Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Top Deck King. Thank you for tuning in. Today we have a green-white landfall deck, and this could be played technically both as best of one and best of three. I've tested it both ways, but for the video's sake, I am going to be testing this for best of three, just because I mean, best of three is a little more interesting in a sense for me because I like sideboarding, and knowing how to sideboard is, a different battle. I will provide a sideboard guide at the end of the video, so check that out at the final analysis part of it if there's any changes in anything like that. So stay tuned to that. As well as don't forget to check the description of the video. It has the Aether Hub deck list. It has my new Discord. If you want to check out Discord, join that. And that's where you can ask me for deck advices, sideboard guides, or advice. Any changes to a deck I would make or anything like that, go ahead and feel free to join the Discord, as well as my Twitter, Twitch. I stream usually Monday through Friday, so go ahead and check that out. But yeah, so we are going to be playing some green white landfall deck, and obviously it's a landfall deck. We have Mammoth, we have Scoot, and we have Retreat, but we're also using some of the more broken mechanics, I guess, now because of Ren and Chariot, as well as with Storm the Festival. So let's go ahead and get into the deck tech. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, hit the notification button, so that way you can see when I post videos. I post videos daily, Monday through Friday. Sometimes I'll video here on Saturday or Sunday. But let me know if you guys are interested in videos on Saturdays and Sundays, because I could go ahead and post some videos. Let me know what you guys think of it. So if you guys want to see a video, say Saturday, or say a video on Sunday, or both days, let me know, and I'll go ahead and, whatever deck I'm playing at the moment, I'll go ahead and make a video for it and post it on one of those days. But let's get right into it. So first off, we're playing two Neverwinters here. Like I said, it's a landfall deck. We're looking to ramp, so getting this into play. It's also a good blocker against, aggro decks. You cast this turn 1, turn 2, you declare block, sag it, grab a land. But being able to, the reason, maybe I should be running more copies instead of, say, but Innkeeper is very solid in the aspect of retreat, but maybe this should be like 3 copies and 3 copies. But the purpose for this is, so I guess it doesn't really matter because you could do it either way, so never mind. Because I was gonna say you could cast this turn 3 regardless, so if you have Innkeeper. But this helps us thin our deck out, so I'm gonna leave it at 2 just for now, and we'll play around with the numbers, see how it happens in the game matches, see if we want to change this or not. But grab the land out, be able to cast this turn 3, or Retreat, or Chariot, or your Sharn, or any of those cards. Cast a turn 4 Ran, whatnot. So we're using that as a blocker and a way to thin our deck out. We have 2 takedowns still. Takedown here is our creature removal package in a sense. Since we're playing both Scoot and Retreat, since we could generate a lot of tokens, creatures, whatever you want to call them, we could be able to pretty much kill any creature at some point. Either we have 3 or 4 of these in play, or 3 or 4 of these in play, then we'll go ahead and do 5, 6 damage depending on what else we have in play. So this is in the worst case scenario, this plays as a land. Now for our 2-drop mana rampers, I have 4 Cobras, 4 Innkeepers, and 3 Tangled. So obviously Cobra, you play a land on turn 3, that means you could cast some of these turn 4 plays, so that's a good mana ramper. They're going to have to get rid of this guy pretty early, otherwise they're going to be able to start ramping into some bigger and bigger plays, and so that's why we're running 4 of those. 4 Innkeepers, as I stated previously. Since we're able to create a bunch of tokens, either with Scoots or Retreats, this will buff our life total quite drastically. So you could take a lot of damage, and then Innkeeper will just, landfall triggers, and you'll buff your life total drastically. Tangled Florhedron, worst case scenario is a land. Best case scenario, you cast it and ramp yourself up. So that's why there's only 3 of them in this deck. Just because, like I said, Innkeeper and Cobra are a little better because they remove Tangled Florhedron, it removes one of your lands. Whereas Innkeeper, regardless, you get the treasure. And then Cobra starts stacking. The longer he stays around, it starts stacking more, especially because of Ren. So when you play, let's say you use the 0 effect on Ren, put 2 lands into play, not only do you'll get 2 land triggers, so yes, they come in tap, but with Cobra, you get 2 extra mana. So that's why we're running Cobra. 2 Scootums. Scutums, it's a landfall trigger deck. I might end up changing this to 3, and if I do change this to 3, I might cut the chariot down to 3 as well. So we'll see how that works out. 3 scoots and 3 chariots, but it's a landfall deck. This card could get out of hand, obviously, unless they have a board wipe effect. So I mean, the bad card to against this deck would be like a meat hook. Meat hook would be very ugly. So we're gonna play around with the numbers and see how many meat hook decks we play against. One mammoth, worst case scenario is a land. It's a landfall trigger effect. That's why we're running one of those. 4 retreats. This is our way kind of to deal with meat hook in a sense. So if we get a lot of scoots in play, we can start using the +1/1 effect on our creatures instead. So that way meat hook has to become like X equals 6 or X equals 5 or whatever. So that's one way around meat hook, but it's a landfall deck. You can create 2/2s or put counters on your creatures. It's a very solid card. 4 chariots because of Ren. We're running 4 Rens and then also Storm the Festival, so you could bring those into play. But 4 chariots because, you know, you create the tree folk and then you copy the tree folk. So we're running that. Like I said, this might go down to 3 just because I may want a 3rd scoot in the deck. 3 Yasharns. Yasharns here, obviously it falls in the deck color. It grabs us 2 lands, but it also helps us out against the treasure decks, you know, the mono black treasure decks or whatever, because they can't sack their treasures. So that's why he is in here, as well as being a 4/4 body. It's good against aggro decks. It could block a bunch of creatures and stuff like that, but his main purpose is there for the treasure black type of decks. So 4 Rens. This card seems to be pretty bonkers when you pair it with Chariot. I mean, obviously it could protect itself, sort of. It grabs you lands. So it's a very good planeswalker, and it became a lot better because of Chariot. So we're going to be running 4 of that. On top of that, we have Storm of the Festival. So the odds of us hitting it are better if we run more copies. So here's Storm the Festival. Since we're ramping a lot, this usually should be like a turn 4, turn 5 play. Being able to drop, say, a Ren and a Retreat or something into play on the same turn, it's going to be huge. And then, you know, you can use the plus effect to grab lands, and then the following turn, use the 0 and then Retreat triggers and whatnot. So very solid card. So we're definitely running 4. And then on top of this, this has Flashback. So when you use Ren's ability and you mill it, you can still cast it from your graveyard. 2 in Mario's Call. This is another land slash creature package. And then nothing really special about the lands here. You know, we're in the colors, Lair Hydra, 1 Cave. Obviously, Field of Ruin, since a lot of people are playing cards like these man lands, like Lair, Cave, the blue one, the black one, you know, all of them. So 2 Field of Ruins to deal with the man lands. And then we're going to play around with the sideboard. I'm not 100% sold on this sideboard. I mean, I have Borrowed Time in here for like Chariots and Rens and whatnot, but we'll see. Obviously, Elite Spellbinders and Redains are going to be good against the Izzet Churns decks and stuff like that, control decks. So we'll play around with that. We'll see if I need more portable holes or if Paladin class is even good in this match against matchups. But we'll play around with the sideboard as we play around with the games. But this is going to be the deck, so let's see how it does on the Mythic ladder. But don't forget to check the description of the video for the deck list there. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit that thumbs up. Let's get into the matches and see how we do. Of course, stick around to the end of the video. That's where I'll have my sideboard guide. So if you want to see a sideboard guide of how I sideboard against decks, stick around to the end of the video and you'll get to check that out. Thanks for watching. Let's get into the gameplay. Or steeps or whatever. Hey, we're playing a green deck now, opponent. We went to the dark side. I guess we keep because we have a turn 3 retreat into a turn 4 Ren. So we'll keep. Put that down, put that down. I hate that it asks you every single time. I hate that. Yes, 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 yes. Keep asking me. Ooh, okay, well that changes things. I've definitely played that one because that one's going to come in tapped regardless afterwards. Alright, we're playing against a Gruul deck. Don't kill my Tango Florahedron. Nice. The retreat. You're up. Next turn we cast Ren, play a land, create a 2/2. Use Ren to dig upwards, maybe downwards. Let's see. If we dig it downwards, it's a 4/4. I think we dig it up. Oh, let's see what he plays though, I guess. What does he cast? Okay, so he's with the werewolf deck. He is the werewolf deck. So let's create a 2/2. If I use Ren, dig upwards. I create a, or if I do -4/-4, then I have 2 blockers. All right, let's do that one instead. I have another Ren in my hand, so I'm gonna do this one to do the tree reach creature. The next one, since I have 2 of them in my hand, the next one I'm going to do the plus effect to start digging lands. I want the 4/4 so I could block his pack leader, and then the 2/2 could block his Kasig or whatever it's called, the naturalist. So we'll do that. Swing both at Ren. You get a mana. What are you going to use with the mana? Got it. Got it. All right. So I could do so block and see what he plays, I guess. Block. Block. What do you got? What you got, my friend? He has 4 mana he could do something with. Okay, so we trade at the moment. That's perfectly fine for me. I'll take that trade all day. I still have a Planeswalker in play and an enchantment. I don't, and we just drew that. That's pretty good. And we hit 3 lands. That's also really good. Created 2/2. Yep. I'm sorry. This is why the green decks are kind of out of control. This is why the green decks are not. They shouldn't be this powerful as they are. That was pretty bonkers. So they're playing Gruul Werewolf. I guess Faithful Abstinence is not bad. The problem with Portable... Actually, the Werewolf guy is a 2-drop, so never mind. Portable Hole is actually decent here. Never mind. I was like, the problem with that, but this guy is a 2-drop, so scratch that idea. Now is what do we take out? I think I'm going to cut 1 Yasharn. I'm going to cut 1 Chariot. Trim the curve a little slightly down. I need to cut 2 more cards. How many lands do we have? 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 29 lands. I'm going to cut a Mammoth. I'm going to leave it at 61. Get it to 61. Let's see what we could do, though. That was a really good opener for me. Oh, wow. That was a really good opener, and then this one is not so much. Whatever. Whatever we're going to keep, because this could grab me a white source, so. And we drew a Prosperous Innkeeper, I guess, too. But yeah, this could grab me white, so I figured worst case scenario. If I do this and go grab white, he probably kills it, but I guess if I don't do it, don't have Priory or Priory or Priory, whatever it's called. Ah, he has it. Cathartic. All right. That's why I was debating on playing the Innkeeper instead. Maybe the Innkeeper was the better play, but we missed land drop. We missed land drop. If I would have hit land drops, I need to hit land drops. Come on, deck. Don't fail me now. Don't fail me now. Put 2 Wolves in play. All right. Chariot? Yeah, we'll do Chariot. What does this do? Adds mana. So this one might not work out for us this game due to the lack of mana. So that could be bad. What does the other side do to it? So next turn you may cast creature spells as though they had flash. Wait, that's the front side, right? Yeah, that's the front side. The back side is add mana or intended turn. The Moon's Fury becomes also the Planeswalker 5/5 where with trample, indestructible, and haste. It's pretty good. So its plus effect leads it to transform. That's pretty good. I like it. It's a good card. Arlen. It protects itself by creating 2 werewolves, and then its plus effect makes it so it transforms. It's a pretty decent card. Pretty decent card. Alright, so we're gonna do this. I could destroy the Planeswalker with this if I need to. I could destroy the Planeswalker. Play that as my land drop. So 2, 4. I'm gonna animate this so I can create a treasure here. So 1, 2, 3. I'm only doing this to create the treasure. I need the treasure. Otherwise, I would not be doing this. Darn. He had Burning Hand in his hand. That sucked. Alright, I'm gonna do this, I guess, at the upkeep instead, then. Let's make him get rid of one of their wolves. Yep. Double block, sure. Alright. Get rid of this. Yeah, the lack of mana here is biting me. That's what I was trying to use Chariot to generate the treasure. It didn't work out. He had a removal, and there's Ren. Yep. And we drew a tapped source. No. Alright, I guess I'll just get information from him. So pass turn. He's gonna use the plus. Let's start having him mill cards and see what he hits. We could technically be fine with Storm the Festival also. He had 3 lands. Wow. Nice. We could possibly hit a land for Storm. Why is this still active? Player casts at least 2 spells during their turn. It becomes day during the next turn. Okay. Okie dokie. 3, 6. Sure. See, that's something that we didn't know of. Now we do. Trample haste. Why is he only at what? Guess? I guess you have a removal spell. Otherwise, we just. Is this a wolf? Is it a wolf? It is a werewolf. Okay. No! No! I need lands. I literally have to do this plus effect for lands. But I hit 4 lands. I hit 1. I hit 1 land, missing so much. We're playing mono green, everyone. We are playing mono green. That's too funny. Mono green. Oh, it does damage to planeswalkers too. That's pretty good, actually. That card is actually really good for the format, since there's nothing but green. All right, we found an opponent. Hereford. We get to play first. Nice. We can keep because we technically have a turn 3 then. Sure, I'll keep. If Cobra lives, I'm gonna play Mario Call, tap, play Lair, play Cobra, play this, play that. Oh, we're playing against Delver. Darn. Ooh, I almost played the wrong land. We're playing against Delverinos. It's gonna transform. What the heck is this? Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Put a 1/1 counter on top of the zombie you control. Flashback. All right. Alrighty then. Let's see. If I play Cobra, play a land that only gives me 2 mana, so that's not good enough. That's not good enough. White. Cast the retreat. Attack for 2. Now we got the retreat. What is this? Look at the top 3 cards of your library, putting them into the graveyard, the rest on the back top of your library in any order. Okay, so I guess that guarantees the flip of it, but that's also a very useless card, I would say, because it doesn't get you any cards out of it. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Set more witch. 3, 4, 5. So let's see. If I play this, that gives me to 5. That is not enough. So we're not going to do that. So I'm going to play Cobra. I could play land, and I could give them all +1/+1 vigilance. Could also play Cobra, play Amaria's Call. And then, no, I think I got to play this. Play this tapped. See, do I want to create a 2/2 or do I want to create? I think I want to create the 2/2 because I want to go wide a little bit. Doesn't really matter what I add here. I'm not using it. I could technically animate this, but then it doesn't matter because I can't do that. Combat, let's attack here. They're at 15. So what does this do again? Return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Put a 1/1 counter on top of it. On top, up to 1 target zombie you control. Okay. Okie dokie. Artichoke. Take 3. You got it. So play this tapped. Ooh, run in 7. So if I play this tapped, gives me. So I'm going to give them all +1/1/1 vigilance here. Let's go green. Green. I'm going to play Storm the Festival here because that uses up all my mana. I know they're going to have a counterspell here, but it uses up all my mana. Wow. All right. Create a beast. Create a beast. Green, green, green. What does that do? Oh, it's going to exile something. Exile up to 1 target card from a graveyard. Create. Okay. Green. Let's try another one then. How about that, opponent? Yasharn and Fill the Ruin seems decent. Submit 2. And then we get to add 3 mana. We can use this to, if we want, we can kill the Hall of the Storm Giants here. I don't know if we care for that right now. So let's go to combat. These all have vigilance as well. Yeah, you got it. You got it. Sure. Take 4. They got vigilance, my friend. Sure. I could have destroyed it and then triggered another landfall trigger, but I could do that next turn and trigger another landfall trigger. I could cast Ren, put 2 lands in play, trigger more landfall triggers, and then sack Fill the Ruin. That's an interesting card that they're playing. But it creates a zombie, I guess, so. They're at 11 here, huh? They lose 2 life here. Sure. Take 3. I could create the reach creature here. So play Ren. Okay. I was like, play Ren. All right, they concede. All right. So Portable Hole is definitely great in this matchup because we could take the Delver instantly. Uh, let's see. Paladin class, not so much really. Redain is pretty deep now because they're playing a lot of low cost spells, so that's probably not going to do anything. Elite Spellbunner, no. All right, so I think I'm going to cut one Ren here. I think I'm going to cut. How many lands do I have real quick? 21, 2, 3, 6 plus 21. That's 27, 28, 29. I'm going to cut one of these, one of those. I could bring this in to get rid of Delver, technically. Interesting. Interesting. I already cut that guy, right? So I maybe want that back in. I don't think I want that one. Bring that. Wait, what? Thought I cut something else. I could cut Yasharn down one. Let's try that. Let's give that a try. Petty board. Yeah, I think the green decks are a little too strong right now. They got a little too much. Chariot's such a beast of a card. And then obviously Ren's good for sure, but without Chariot, I think Ren would be a little less powerful, obviously, because Chariot just copies the Tree Folk. Not to say that Ren is not powerful, and I knew he would be because of when they previewed him. I knew he would be a strong Planeswalker, but he would be a little less stronger if Chariot wasn't legal, because Chariot helps protect them really easily. Creates, the two bodies to block creatures, so effectively, I guess we're gonna try it. It's not great hand, but I hope I draw an untapped Green Source. I could put this on white. Oh, there's our white, I guess. So play this. Adium's Awakening. This is also a way to kill Delver if it comes to it. Sure. Sure thing, buddy old pal. I mean, we ramp, so paying 3 mana, I mean, yes, don't get me wrong, it's obviously not going to be working in our favor also from time to time, but paying 3 mana is also not going to be too hard. Maybe I shouldn't have attacked. I was hoping they would block, but they're not dumb, right? They wouldn't block. Grab the green. There's our white. We can't play retreat because of this hermit guy, unfortunately. So I could play the Dryad, I could play Prospects Innkeeper, then the deck out. So if I want to play this, I should play this. So let's do that. Let's play this and pass turn. Because, sure, consider. There's no reason to play an untapped land that if I'm not going to use it. If I had access to, I guess, 5 mana, that would be something different, but... Shipwreck Marsh. We have 2, 4... Check for traps. Goodbye, Storm of the Festival, right? And exiles it. Could also get retreat, actually, for my hand, too. Yep. Retreat it is. This Hermit prevented me from casting it on turn 4, though. Or turn 3, I should say. So that's unfortunate. Ration. 2, 4 cards in their hand. Another Hermit. Why would they do that? Now I can cast this. Did they not realize I can storm the festival now? What the heck is going on? I mean, I didn't really hit much there, but still. I'm not really sure about that one opponent. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 mana. This is technically, sure. This is technically 8. This is 9. They can also double block, I guess. But we have this as a combat trick. So let's do that. If they decide to double block, I could use this as a combat trick. Because we have 4 creatures, so we could do 4 damage. Okay. Play this as my land drop. Play the Innkeeper. Create that. Nope. Let's play Tangle Floor. Why would you use my white mana? Of all the lands to use, why would you use my white mana? We could just go super wide against them. I mean, if you're going to just hold up mana for Hermit, we'll go wide. And your Decay creatures can't block. Sure. Okay. Yeah, sure. Now they can't sack this, right? Ha-ha. Ha-ha. But I also can't sack. But they can't sack either. There we go. Got the game because they couldn't sack. Alright, we found an opponent. Let's go play some green-white landfall. Oh, nice. We have to play first. I'm gonna keep and hope I get there. Because I don't have any white, but this could give me white. So we'll see what happens. It's turn 2 Cobra, possible turn 3. Well, that doesn't look like Cobra is going to survive, right? Well, we have another Cobra, I guess. So maybe Yasharn will be a good card in this matchup just because I don't know if I'm assuming they're playing treasures. So didn't play anything. So we have to play this, create white, and then play Yasharn. And then go grab 2, and now they can't sack either. So it's a very good card to hit. No attacks. I mean, the rest of our hand is pretty suboptimal, but we'll see. Ooh, that's actually a pretty nice draw, though. So if I play this, take that, attack them for 4, 5, 6. Actually, do I even need that? No, I don't really need that. So I'm going to play this instead, because it creates me the white with Cobra regardless. Play Portable Hull on the iTwitch. They can't sack it because Yasharn prevents them from sacking. Let's go to combat. I don't know if I want to attack. I don't think they're playing anything with Flash. So I'm just going to attack with the Cobra. And possibly play this out as my creature. I'm wondering what they have is the question. So we got 4, we got 5, we got 6. We have to cast a Storm the Festival here. Let's see what they got though. Ooh, they're Orzhov. Orzhov Snow. Search. Oh, come on. Are you playing the Exalted Deed or whatever it's called deck? Exalted stuff. Wonder what they're looking for. I mean, I'm wondering what other legendary or saga card they can grab. This is interesting. Kind of curious now, because I don't think they're playing Exalted Deed or whatever it's called. Oh, okay, they just want to go and grab the spider. Sure, that's fine. Ooh, Renarino. I still believe this is probably the best place. We have let's grab, I guess, green, because there's no reason not to play this. Well, I guess there is if you just hit a bunch of junk, huh? Okay, create a treasure. Green. We're not gonna play anything else here because I don't want to lead up into like a board wipe here. So I'm just gonna attack here. 3, 6, 7, 8. close to this ability. Like this, they can easily have a blood, not a blood on the snow, but actually maybe I should have played that because they're not gonna have blood on the snow here. But 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Man, I should have actually played that. That would have been actually pretty smart to do. So if I swing this out, let's see. So I can't sack this. So we have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I were to play that, I could have casted that. 9, huh? So if I play Ren. If I play Ren, let's see what happens actually. Let's go to combat. So I think I'm going to send these 3 here. Let him, if he decides he wants to block, then let him block. If he's blocking, I'm assuming then he has blood on the snow in his hand. Right? It's the only thing I can think of would be why he would block the way. Why would he want to get rid of my Sharn? 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Why would you get rid of my Sharn? So I think I'm just going to cast this and go upstairs looking for lands. Okay, we hit a couple of lands. Actually, that was actually pretty decent. I'll take that. Guess it doesn't really matter. He's not animating that anytime soon. So let's just play this. Whatever, add green. And pass turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If he plays Blood on the Snow here to destroy all my creatures, then obviously he's just going to show Professor Onyx. That's fine. Lair of Hydra could kill that if we need to. The layer can kill it. Each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power. Okay. Can we kill them? We have 7, we have 8, we have 9, 10. We have 10 mana, right? I mean, putting these in play doesn't do anything. So I have access to 10 mana. That's only 8. That's 9 points of damage. Not enough. Not enough. So swing 2 here. Use Ren's ability. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we could do that. So create the tree. Gain the life. Yeah. Who cares about that? I guess it doesn't really matter. Nah, yeah, it doesn't really matter. Fill the ruin. Send that. Animate this to attack him. So 6, 7. It costs 1 in itself. So 3, 6, 7. This is 8. So it's 6, 6. Oops. Go to combat. Attack. 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 Okay, he's down to 4. He has to destroy all my creatures. Otherwise, we attack for lethal. And even if he does that, I mean, we still have Storm the Festival and Ren. We could do Ren. Depending on what we hit with Storm, there's Blood on the Snow. So he's going to destroy all my creatures. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Blood on the Snow. Yep. Okay, let's see what we hit with Storm the Festival first. Ooh, what if we hit another Ren though, huh? Well, that would be unfortunate. I feel like we're gonna hit another Ren. Oh, perfect. Do. If I play this, play the land, gives me another land, but do I care for the other land? Do I really care for, I mean, Cobra is a threat, I guess, but the land is also a threat. Guess we'll grab Cobra. All right, so I could either put in a bunch of lands and trigger the effect, which would also be pretty nice, especially since it triggers this. Let's do that. So 1, 2, 3. Triggers. Let's create a beast. Let's create a beast. Let's create a beast. Guess Gring. I can just cast this and pass turn. He's going to have another Blood on the Snow here. Otherwise, see, if he plays Blood on the Snow, he could return Professor. I can't even return Professor Onyx yet. He needs another snow land to return Onyx. And then we have Fill the Ruin to deal with Faceless Haven. So he's going to draw a card, go to 3. Wow. I'm surprised he used that first. Interesting. Very interesting. So I kept the Florhedron in my hand. Oh, he's going to gain 3 life. Okay. I kept this in my hand so I could get the Landfall trigger. So I'm going to animate this. Play this. Get the Landfall trigger. Possibly destroy, but we'll see. If I need to get a second Landfall trigger. Because he's at 3. I don't really need to bring this up too high as a cost. Give all my creatures vigilance. We could also plus here to search for some lands, because I'm definitely not going to kill my own. Oh, yep, so he's looking for a snow land, so he could play Blood on the Snow next turn. So he could return possibly Onyx. Onyx! They're at 6 now, okay. They have Menace, I could block them all. So he can't attack me. Can't attack. Yep. Post-combat. Ooh, Chariot. So let's go look for lands. Go digging for some lands. Oh, ho, 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 ho. No lands. 0 Landerino. 0 Landerino. All right. That was kind of sad. That was kind of sad. So let's see how I can do this. So if I keep 3 to destroy, say, this, I could get a landfall trigger. So 1, 2, 3. The only card is 3. So 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 8. So I can make it a 6, 6. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make it a 6, 6, I guess. Oops. All right. Oh, what? That was a big misplay, I guess. Just create, put them all 1/1s. Let's do Gring, Gring. I don't want to play this per se. Okay. I was like, I don't want to really play this per se because in case of a board wipe, I'd rather just, you know, Fill the Ruin, maybe Faceless Haven, and then trigger they become 4/4s. He say blocks this, blocks this. Let's say he blocks these 3, right? That's 4, 8, 12 points of damage. So not only does he have to have, he has to have like 2 removals in his hand there. All right, so we're playing a snow deck. So obviously Redain's going to be good here. Clearly Redain's going to be good here. I mean, I feel like they're playing low cost creatures too, so Yasharn was pretty big there. So Elite Spellbinder, probably nice. Not sure if I want this yet. Let's see what we're gonna cut though. This is gonna be tough. I'm gonna cut 1 Storm the Festival. I know they don't run any counter spells, but I think it's fine. I think we can cut 1 Scoot because of Blood on the Snow. I think we could cut 1 of those. Does it do damage to Planeswalkers is the question. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, it does do it to Planeswalkers. So maybe I want to keep that and take a Tangle Florhedron out instead. That might be a little better. Because it could kill Planeswalkers. So I might want to keep that. And it's at instant speed. So Chariot. We could cut 1 of the Chariots. I think we could cut 1 of the Cobras. All right, let's try that. Let's go give that a wiggle. A wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Yeah, but the deck could easily just win instantly very fast. So, and as you saw that game, we were just in such dominant position against our opponent that it was yikesers. Yikes. Yeah. I guess since I won a game, I'll keep. We're on the draw. If this survives, then this is going to be huge with this. So we shall see. That was another interesting draw, but okay. Let's hope our Cobra survives and we draw a land. Shambling Gas. They're going to probably sack that. Okay, we drew a land. They're just going to sack their Shambling Gas and kill my Cobra, which kind of is really lame. So that's kind of elite Spellbind. There goes our retreat. But I mean, I don't really care if they take retreat because we have Chariot also. So either way, it doesn't really matter in that aspect. But obviously, retreat is a more powerful card because from there on, all my lands are going to start tree out. See, so of course they're going to take that one, but luckily we could still cast Chariot. So play this. Let's grab. It doesn't really matter, and then we'll play this. Create some dudes. We're not obviously going to attack because we don't want a Cobra to die. I do need, I mean, worst case scenario, I have a land to play. I have mana to play, not land. I can animate and create another treasure. So we have that. Sure. Which planeswalker are you going to go digging for? The only bad thing about attacking with Chariot is they block with Shambling Gas. And then they could kill my Cobra. So they could double block. They taking Redain. It's an odd choice. I guess I have a bunch of high cost cards, but interesting. Interesting to say the least. So I can play this. I guess we're just doing that then, right? Create a Gring, cast Ren, create a 4/4, animate. Submit. Combat. We attack with that, create one of those. Creates us the legendary dude. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's create this. Now we just put 4/8. We just put 8 power on board. It's pretty solid. Yeah, they have to double lock and kill this Chariot. They don't kill this Chariot, it's just going to start doing really ridiculous things. But they also now remove any pressure to kill Ren, and Ren's going to, even if they kill Cobra here, Ren should hopefully get me lands. Wow, he didn't even go kill Cobra. I guess he really wants to do a Blood on the Snow or something. That's very odd, but hey. What are you going to grab? Okay, looking for lands then. Looking for lands. You got 6 mana, so you could cast Onyx or Blood on the Snow. And Blood on the Snow gets you Meat Hook. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yep. El Meat Hookarino. All right, let's go digging for lands. That was a good draw too. All right, so we play this. Let's look at their hand so we could take something out of their hand. If I take that, I don't really care for that per se. This will help me prevent them from playing a land. See, 3, 2. Could take Redain, make it cost 5. Sure. Sure. Create the treasure, and then we're done. I was debating on taking environmental science so that they wouldn't have their land drop, but I guess they're casting Redain regardless, so that's very odd. But okay. I'm still looking for lands, Ren. More than one, hopefully, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 mana. So if I attack, he doesn't block. So let's attack here. He's not blocking this. 5. Let's play that. Let's cast this. So that way he attacks it for 2. And as we start hitting land drops, our guys get bigger and bigger and bigger. Environmental. Grabs a land, uses eye twitch, grabs another land. If we hit, obviously we hit a land, then this becomes out of range for this eye twitch. And then we have a bunch of these to take over the game, sort of. 2 to Ren. 2 to Ren! You got it. I'm surprised the Ren came in, I guess. I mean, very, very interesting. 2, 3, 4. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So then we can give this guy vigilance. So if I play this, let's put a 1/1 counter and give everything vigilance for the churn. We could attack with the Spellbinder. Let's see what he does. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have access to 8 mana, so we could cast this if we want. See what he does though. Deadly Dispute. Yep. I take a damage. Deadly Dispute was a good draw for him. That's summoning. Guess he just wants to create blockers. Yeah, drawing 2 cards was pretty solid for your opponent. Alright, let's go ahead and play one. Maybe I should have done that prior. Definitely should have done that prior to combat since we hit this. Let's grab one of these and one of these. So we're just going to create 2 dudes. Put some bodies on board. If he decides he wants to board wipe, that's perfectly fine. We have another Storm the Festival. We have a Ren in play. We got this one. If he wants to kill his Redain and then bring him back out, I'm fine with that. We have enough mana to cast all our spells now. Skyclave Apparition. No, there goes my retreat. Sure. There goes El Retreat 1. We have another retreat, but there goes El Retreat 1. 9 mana. What do they turn into, like a creature deck after sideboards? What's going on here? Oh, well, there's another one anyways. If I play this, it gives us 2 mana. Let's go upstairs again and see what we hit. Okay, we hit 2 lands. Not bad. Not bad. We're just going to keep getting everything bigger and bigger and bigger. And give them all vigilance as well. He's going to eventually not going to be able to do much anymore. So now they're all 3/3, you know. They all got vigilance as well. So eventually he's going to run out of stuff to do. Is he going to kill my Innkeeper because it keeps gaining me life? Guess not. For now. Oh, yeah, he is. Okay. So he has a Blood on the Snow in his hand, I'm assuming, then. Because why give me another 4/4? And I'm also going to take 3 damage here. And he's going to gain a life, so it goes up to 26. Looks like he has Deadly Dispute in his hand. Yep. That's why I need Yasharn against this deck. Yasharn is huge against this deck. Not only because, it obviously, but yeah. There's a lot of triggers. Yep. So, Blood on the Snow, bring back his, I don't know, Redain, I guess. Spider, sure. Spider. I need a way to punch through here. Vanishing Verse also. Alright. Well, I have another one in my hand, but okay. Alright. Oh, Redain. Okay. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I don't know if that's good enough to play now. I guess giving Indestructible to all my creatures is pretty nice too, but that's expensive, so that's 9. I want to be able to cast these like spells in one turn. We have what, 10, 11 mana. We have access to 11 mana. So that's 6. I don't want to use that one though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's play another one. Let's give all our creatures vigilance and +1/+1. He has 3 attackers. I could send all here, but do I care for that? I don't think I should have created I guess the thing first. I'm gonna go upstairs then, since I did that. Okay, that was good. I'll take that. So let's go to combat. Let's swing out. Actually, no, this has reach. It doesn't matter. These have reach. Let's attack him. Like attack the spider down. So he doesn't draw a card. Let's see. I could send all to that. So he doesn't draw a card. If he plays Blood on the Snow, destroys all creatures, he loses his Redain. Alright, I guess we'll just kill off the Spider Queen, I guess. Sure. So it kills my Elite Spellbinder. Not necessarily. I don't know if I could technically do this and prevent the Elite Spellbinder from being killed. So this prevents the Elite Spellbinder from being killed. Okay, okay, I guess. He has 1 card in his hand. We lose 2 life here. Resolve all. And it looks like we're just done for the turn. So if he has Blood on the Snow, is he going to go after my Planeswalker, or is he going to go after my creatures? I would assume it has to be after my creatures. I guess not. So that's game. Good game, opponent. Hey everyone, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in or continuing to watch. As you saw those gameplays, that was some pretty interesting matches, and this deck could be very powerful, as you saw. So very nice deck. It is definitely a different take on the Storm of the Festival deck with the landfall triggers and all that. So, but we did change a little bit of the main deck after playing some of the matches there. We did change a little bit for that. So let me go ahead and go into that before I go ahead and get to the sideboard and the sideboard guide. So right off the bat, something that I changed was I added Field Trip in, and I added a Redain in. So I added 2 Field Trips and 1 Redain into the main deck. I also added 2 portable holes in the main deck. So the portable holes, I needed something against aggro decks or ramp decks. I didn't want them to say if they had a Cobra or Floorhedron or something like that, being able to take that, or even the other creature, the blue-green creature that's a 2/3, or it's a 2/2, I think, and then the green-white one that's Vigilance 2/3 that puts basic lands into play. So those creatures, we didn't want them to have them into play for long, so I needed a portable hole to remove them, or anything to remove them. So I moved Portable Hole into the main deck, as the Neverwinter was, I mean, it didn't really work out very well because we have so much 2-drops here that it was either activate Winter as effect or hold these 2-drops in our hand and cast them, or it was one or the other. So it didn't work out in the deck. So I cut those for Portable Hole. The other thing I did was I cut the Mammoth. It seemed a little clunky. I know it's a landfall deck, but I ended up cutting the Mammoth. I think Redain is a lot better in the main deck because of all these Outrun decks and whatnot. So having access to 1 Redain is good against all the snow decks, especially Mono Green Snow and the Outrun decks. I also added 2 Field Trips just so we could have a lesson learned package like Mascot here, Containment Breach, and definitely Academic Probation. Academic Probation is probably going to be the most MVP card out of all the cards, just because you can call, say, Alrund's Epiphany and they can't cast it the following turn, or their board wipe or counterspell, whatever the case may be. Ren, Chariot, all that. So we ended up adding 2 Field Trips. I added a third scoot. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I might have needed another scoot in the deck, so I went ahead and did that. Cards I went ahead and cut was I cut one Yasharn, one Chariot, and one Ren for those cards. So those are the differences we made in the deck, and I believe it made it much better. So that's the main deck changes. As far as the sideboard changes, what we did was we added some Curse of Silence here. This is basically only, as you see right here, only against Outrun decks, and it's the same thing. So if you go up against Outrun decks, these are the two you take out for those two. But it's basically for Outrun Epiphany. So you're bringing in Elite Spellbinder, Redain, and Curse of Silence against them. You're going to tax their Outrun's Epiphany. This is against the Izzet Churns deck. You're going to tax that, what's it called? The Outrun's Epiphany so much that's going to cost them 10, 12, 14 mana, depending on how many of these cards you have in play. Obviously, if you use Elite Spellbinder, that's going to become a churn, churn 8 play. Redain's in, it's going to turn a churn 10 play. Curse of Silence turns it to 12, so that's why we brought in Curse of Silence. Portable holes are still the same. Elite Spellbinders, I cut one. I added the Lesson Learned package, and yeah, the rest of it stays the same. But let's go ahead and, so lots of changes for the main deck and the sideboard. Let's go ahead and get into the sideboard guide. So first off, it's against control decks. This is either like Black Snow decks, is it control, or is it outrun decks, or anything like that. So you bring in these cards against that. Cards that have the curve being very high, Blood on the Snows, Planeswalkers, Outrun's Epiphanies, stuff like that. The high cost curve cards, what I bring in is I bring in 2 Redains, 3 Elite Spellbinders, and I bring in Toski. So Redain, obviously, to tax their high Planeswalkers, Blood on the Snows, or Outrun's Epiphanies, the big high-end cost cards. They're, Burn Down the House, or whatever it's called, or they're running Battle Frost and Fire, stuff like that. Elite Spellbinder, it taxes that, and it also, their snow cards, it puts their snow permanents into play tap, so there's that. We also have 3 Elite Spellbinders, so we could look at their hand and take out either like a counter spell, make it cost more, or take out, tax Outrun's Epiphany longer, all those Planeswalkers, whatnot. So that's what Elite Spellbinder is there for. And then Toski's in here. Of course, there is, the Meat Hook. As long as they don't have Meat Hook, usually decks aren't going to be able to kill Toski without Meat Hook. Because Soul Shatter, there's fringe Soul Shatters here and there, but not very much. It's mostly Meat Hook. But this, being able to cast this, say, you cast Cobra on turn 2, or Prospect Innkeeper on turn 2 or something like that. You play a land, you get to cast Toski on turn 3. You can attack with one of those 2 creatures and draw a card. So very good against control decks because he's also uncounterable, indestructible, stuff like that. And then, like I said, the curses, I only bring them in against the outrun decks, which is the Izzet Churns, whatever deck. And then what I take out when I bring in the curses is I take out 1 Yasharn and 1 Ren, because those aren't really going to help out against the Izzet Churns deck. But other than those two, bringing those in, cards I take out are definitely 2 portable holes. That does nothing against control decks. They don't really have any creatures for me to do anything. Same thing with Takedown. Obviously, it's a land, but I have other lands. The deck plays 28 to 29 lands, so taking 2 out won't hurt me. Plus, the main reason why this is in here is because we cast a lot of creatures, and so we could do damage to their creatures. So take those out. I do cut 1 scoop because they're going to have probably a bunch of removal, either, Priory or Infernal Grasp or anything like that. So I do cut 1 of those, and I also cut 1 Cobra just because Innkeeper creates you a treasure regardless, so you get the mana regardless, and Tangleflorhedron acts as a land/creature. So that's what I do against the control decks, the Black Snow decks, the Izzet decks, Outrun decks, stuff like that. The next decks are like mid-range decks, John, Rakdos Sacrifice, Dragon, stuff like that. Cards I bring in is 3 Elite Spellbinders, 2 Skyclaves. Elite Spellbinder, obviously I want to be able to look at their hand, take away, make either Goldspan Dragon cost a little more, or maybe take Ren out, let it cost a little more, Chariot, stuff like that, Storm of the Festival. Obviously I do that. Skyclave Apparition is there to take, so if they're playing like the Dragons deck, they'll probably have a Predator. This will take Predator away from them, even though, they can't protect against Skyclave because it doesn't destroy it. So I bring in Skyclave against that. It also hits, you know, some of their lower cost creatures. The what is the 1/2 whenever you sack a treasure to cast a creature spell, puts that many counters on there. So I take that stuff away from them. So yeah, I do those against those. And then cards I take out is 1 Cobra, 1 Tangleflor, Hedron, Redain, Scoot, and Yasharn. So Cobra, obviously they're going to have cheap removal. They're going to be in their black. They're going to be in red. They're going to have, you know, the 3 damage effect, destroy target creature effect. So Cobra most likely dies on turn 2. Same with Tangleflor, Hedron is probably just going to be a land, so I cut one of those. Redain, they're playing mainly creatures here, so Redain's not really going to tax them. They're playing, you know, Predator, they're playing Goldspan Dragons, they're playing, you know, the gas, the small creatures, Skullport, Merchant, things like that. Redain's not really taxing them, so I'm not going to keep that in. Scoot is the same, it falls in the same category as Cobra and Tangleflor Hedron. It just dies easily, so I do cut one of those. And I cut 1 Yasharn because they're not really a treasure deck per se. If they are a treasure deck, I would keep the Yasharn in, but if they're not a treasure deck, cut the 1 Yasharn, because obviously it's still legendary, so you have to be careful about that. But against the treasure black decks and stuff like that, I definitely keep Yasharn in so they can't sack the treasures and ramp up that way. So that's what I do against mid-range type of decks. And then now the last thing is against the aggro decks. Cards I bring in 2 Portable Holes, 2 Skyclave Apparitions. Cards I take out some of the high cost cards like Storm the Festival. I cut 1 Scoot, I cut 1 Yasharn, and 1 Tangleflor Hedron. I still want Ren in there just because it could create a pretty decent sized body. I still want, you know, obviously that's a high cost card, but I still want it for the body. They're also going to probably attack Ren, so it protects you for a turn or a few points of damage as well. Since we are ramping, it's usually going to be a casted on turn 3, turn 4. Your life total hopefully won't be that low since you have portable holes and takedowns, and you can get more portable holes and Skyclaves. So I keep the Ren in for that reason. But yeah, Storm the Festival is super expensive, 6 mana or 10 on the back flashback. 1 Scoot, because it's going to be a 1/1 on turn 3 against their 3/3s, 4/4s, 5/5s, whatever the case is. So I do cut 1 Scoot for that. Same goes with Yasharn. Like I said, like the Green Snow decks, they're casting it on turn 3, a 4/4. If I'm casting a 4-drop on turn 4, 4/4, 4-drop, whatever, it definitely does not beat the Troll. So I do cut that for that reason. Same goes against the white decks. The white decks, they're 1-drops, 2-drops, get up to 4 or 5 power easily, and there's just, you know, 1 mana cost card, so I cut that for that reason. And I cut 1 Tangleflor Hedron just because it's going to be most of the time it's just going to be a 1/1 mana ramper, so I end up cutting those for some cheap removal against these aggro decks. But yeah, that's how I sideboard against these decks. And then, of course, like I said, we still have the lesson learned package. I mean, it's not very much, but we only play 2 field trips. But academic probation, you know, good to call out something that might end up backfiring against you. Like call out Elrond's Epiphany for a churn so they can't cast that multiple turns. Maybe you want to call out Board Wipe, you know, maybe you want to call out Meat Hook, or maybe you want to call out, you know, Burn Down the House, something like that. So, and it falls in our color, so perfectly. Containment Breach is there for, what is it, like ranger classes, chariots, you know, I don't know if paladin class matters. You play against another retreat deck, you know, destroy that. And then 1 mascot, since we're running retreat, if we play mascot, play a land, the 4/4 becomes 5/5, you know, we get a 5/5, we get a 4/3, we get, you know, 3/2, stuff like that. So we're running one of those, especially since we're a ramp deck. 7 mana should not be hard to get. But yeah, so that's the sideboard guide on how I sideboard against those decks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, my commentary, the sideboard guide. Let me know what you guys think so far. If do you guys prefer to watch best of 3 decks with the sideboard guide, or do you guys prefer, I made a poll on my YouTube, but I'll go ahead and ask in the video as well, or do you prefer to watch a best of 1 deck? Let me know what you guys think. Drop some comments down below. Check the description of the video for the deck list, my Twitter, my Twitch, all that stuff, Discord. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up button, please. Don't forget to hit the notification button. I do post videos daily. Let me know what you guys think of the best of 1 and best of 3 deck, please. And thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.